fading. We gotta go. I'll get my car. I brought mine. Yours. I gotta get me one of those.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Bat Dan's Discussions. And to answer your question, because a lot of people are clicking in right now, and I'll send a reminder every so often, StreamYard had this new feature where it said if I wanted to do it, have the stream shown vertically or horizontally, or both. It recommended both, so I selected both. I did not realize it would create two links, so I will not do that again. But yeah, so to answer that question, and that is why it happened. Just for you, Socks. I will sing a song for Socks Bulletins. Socks Bulletins. What up, DC Talk? So yes, we have a lot to talk about today, and we had Sean Gunny Poo, of all people, going after me and my guest for tonight. And I thought we should go on and talk about how a professional, someone of the someone who is the brother of the head of DC Studios, thought that this is appropriate behavior. And also the Netflix house. So please welcome, as I bring on, TheCurlyRay, a.k.a. Rebel Moon Theory. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. What's up, Bat Dan? How you doing?
I'm doing well tonight. We have an exciting training event coming up on Monday, so we'll talk a little bit about that at the end, and lots of stuff to talk about today. But yeah, so before we get started with today's show, just a reminder about I can't even talk today right now. Sorry. A reminder to everyone, 2026, the first movie of the One Punch Dan cinematic universe comes out. One Punch Dan. Check it out. A movie that I star in and also did absolutely no work for whatsoever. Zodwriter has done tremendous work on this. It's a love letter to the Cell community, and it pays tribute to our good friend, Mikey Sutton. So, guys, check it out. It's a really good project. Zod has put so much time and energy into this. It's a real passion project of his. So please, guys, check it out. Anything you want to say to TheCurlyRay?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for One Punch Dan. I know Zara has put in a lot of work for this movie, and I definitely can't wait to check it out.
I can't wait to see it as well. And just so people know, I have refused to watch the first 45 minutes of the movie because I want to see the movie the way it's meant to be seen, from beginning to end. So yes, I cannot wait to see it. So, guys, check it out. So now I want to do the usual showing of Zack Snyder's photos from the last photograph. So this is something, again, I like to do to show that we are interested in Zack Snyder's other projects. I mean, I have Rebel Moon Theory on here, so that should be enough, but to show that. But, it's also important because I want to show it because it promotes Zack Snyder's work. So anyway, let me just get started real quick. So we left off around, I don't remember exactly where we left off, Zod, but we'll start here. So last photograph taken in the misty mountains outside Batoga with a camera name I'm not going to try to pronounce. Oh, Rebel Moon Theory. Who's that?
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
Okay, yeah, we saw that already. So, we'll go over that photo later. But so that's a wrap on principal photography for the last photograph. Huge thanks to everyone who worked on the film, my incredible Icelandic, Colombian, and American crew. You are amazing. I'd go into battle with you anytime. So that's great. Principal photography for the last photograph is done. So now Zack Snyder can work on really putting the film together, doing some reshoots that are needed. And now we'll go over that later. On set in Batoga. Clicked the wrong thing. Stuart Martin in Icelandic. I am bad at pronouncing these words. I'm sorry, guys. A Detroit noir chair. You know what's interesting? Wasn't BVS filmed partly in Detroit or in the Michigan area?
I know The Dark Knight was. I'm not sure about this one though. But
Pittsburgh.
oh, what's up?
Go on.
Oh, who I was thinking about when I saw this picture? Lex Luthor.
Yeah, the guy who doesn't go to a barber shop ever.
Yep. I was just thinking about it because, like, when he got his hair shaved off at the end of BVS.
Oh,
That's
right,
what I
yeah.
was thinking of when I saw this picture.
And then one last photo. My gaffer at her dimmer board, balancing frame, fitness in the light, and adding just the right touch of fill by hand, craft in motion. And what up, Sin Havoc? Hello, Tammy.
Hello.
Oh my god, Sin Havoc. I just forgot the name. Sin Havoc putting jokes from chats, but yeah, so those are the latest photos. I guess the Curly Ray, does this make you even more hyped for the last photograph?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this movie. I think it's going to be really good, and I really, really can't wait to check it out. It's really dope that Zack Snyder is willing to go out and do his passion projects, and I think this movie is going to be really dope, and I can't wait to check it out.
Absolutely. I can't wait. And socks, I don't really think it's the camera. I think I need another light in my room. That's what it is. And yeah, I can't wait because I like what you just said, working on his passion projects. Because he said he needed some time after Rebel Moon to do some smaller projects. Zack Snyder's own choice, mind you, because I think this is going to come into play later on in the stream. But just hold on to that, guys. Remember, Zack Snyder is doing this right now out of his own choice because he needed the break. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But yeah, I cannot wait for the last photograph. I think it's going to be a really exciting movie, a really fun movie to watch, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see, especially with Zack Snyder filming in different parts of the world. I just can't wait to see the cool visuals we're going to see from that.
Yeah, it's gonna be super dope, and yeah, he's been out there like traveling. He went down to South America. He's been in Ireland. He's been in all these places. So it's gonna be really interesting. I can't wait to check it out.
And we're good, Austin. To clarify, what happened is a feature of StreamYard that they just put out. I did not realize was going to do 2 streams when I clicked this feature, but it was asking me if I want to do vertical, or horizontal format for the stream, or both. I selected both because it recommended it. I thought it would just translate when you went to your phone or whatever. I didn't realize it was going to create 2 separate streams. So I'm not going to do that again, though. So just to clarify. But yeah, I can't wait either. I can't wait. And now more photos of the world's finest. Zack Snyder showing our Batman and Superman again. So Zack Snyder, to those who stand for truth, justice, and freedom, grateful today and every day. Thank you, us. Hashtag Veterans Day. So yes, also happy belated Veterans Day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be dope.
Oh yeah,
Yo, I
100%.
this shot of Henry Cavill's Superman might actually be my favorite one.
I love it too. It's a really nice one. And our friends Trey and Corey actually saw this. Like this actual set.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Trey and Corey of the Bat Channel. Because this is in Illinois.
Oh, okay.
They're
Oh, he went when they were filming this?
No, after. But it's actually, at least when they were there, it's still up with that
Oh,
flag.
okay. Oh, okay. That's super dope.
Yeah. So very nice, showing off our Superman and our Batman. Thank you for 300,000 followers. It's been a fun 6 weeks on here, and I'm just getting started. Shot this on I'm going to try this Leica monochrome with a 50mm. More to come.
And
So,
this shot's really dope. I really love this shot, man. And it's kind of yo, like there's all these shots that Zach has been keeping for all these years, and this one looks really dope. This may actually be one of my favorite shots of Batfleck so far. One of them. It's definitely in like my top 3.
I don't know if I can choose right now. But yes, and Havoc, I did it. I did it. And shout out to you, Just Josh. Even
Yeah,
if
what's
you
up,
are a
Josh
lame
Guerrero?
superhero. But yeah, anyways. So I don't know. I couldn't choose, but I will say it's a damn good one, though. It is a damn good shot. And yes, yes, Austin. Features that don't work right with YouTube, day one. So if Sky sees this, you can tell him don't select it. And when Sky is working on doing his next stream, you can warn him. And yes, in Havoc, I did it. I did it. And now we have a new superhero that was. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, just want to respond to Sox's comment. Ben is Batman. You're right, Sox.
Yep.
Ben is Batman. He is the superhero that can beat anyone, including Thanos, including Apocalypse, including Cable, including Wolverine, including Spider-Man, and including Captain America. Even Sox if they all teamed up. 100%, Austin. 100%. And I agree, especially this last sentence. Ben Affleck, to me, is the only one who really was the best Batman and Bruce Wayne. Christian Bale, great Bruce Wayne. Michael Keaton, great Batman. But yeah, now another superhero, Jason Momoa. So, Zack Snyder showed Jason Momoa. I took this photo of Jason Momoa in Iceland. So, yeah, he's now showing love to Jason Momoa. And the Curly Ray, you know what I love about this? There were a lot of Zack Snyder fans or Zack Snyder fans who turned on Jason Momoa, hoping for him to be recast because the guy is an actor who takes work. Remember, remind people, Jason Momoa, he is an actor. He needs work. Stop getting mad at him for taking other projects. But anyways, Zack Snyder still showing love for Jason Momoa. I guess the Curly Ray, what was your thought when you saw this photo?
Yo, man, I was really thinking about, when Zach was filming like scenes for Jason Momoa and ZSJL, and man, this shot, I thought really took me back, and I thought it was really dope, and I can't wait for more, man.
Yeah, neither can I. I can't wait for more. And, you know, now Zack Snyder's doing more photos than just who was on the set of the Nightmare scene. So Ezra Miller, he was not on the set of the Nightmare scene because he was filming Fantastic Beasts, so Zack Snyder filmed him on Zoom. But point is, we can get an Ezra Miller photo next too, so cross my fingers for that one. But yes, Jason Momoa and what up, Darth Plato? Zack Snyder clearly still wants to work with him, and I'm just saying, if Zack Snyder planned on recasting Aquaman, I highly doubt that he'd be showing off Jason Momoa like that. So he's revealing more and more of the cast, although maybe I shouldn't say that because someone got really mad at me for posting this, or maybe not mad's the right word, but definitely had some thoughts to say, so I posted about this on Twitter/X. This is going to come into play later too. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I guess any other thoughts you have about some of these recent photos that Zack Snyder posted?
Yo, so tomorrow is the 16th, and then the 17th Monday. Yo, I think we're probably gonna get a shot tomorrow because I don't think we've had a photo of Ray Fisher as Cyborg or Ezra Miller as Flash yet.
No, we need those two next.
Yep, we sure do. But yeah, man, these photos that Zack Snyder's been putting out have been really dope, and I think I did talk about this. I've talked about this on X a little bit, but I do think he's going to post some Rebel Moon stuff here very shortly. I don't think it'll be like this week or next week or anything like that. I think it's going to be next month. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see more of these photos that Zack Snyder's are dropping, even for his DC stuff, because this is really dope, and we definitely need to see a conclusion to this story.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. We need to see the story finished because the story ended on a cliffhanger. And we need and who wants their favorite story to end on a cliffhanger? I mean, Save Lucifer, there was a whole campaign for that, which a DC show saved by Netflix, so hold on a second, guys, because I'm going to be transitioning to the next topic. Zack Snyder not giving an F anymore. So, Zack Snyder is really. So, I'm going to show a post real quick. So, here we go. Here's what I want to see. So, let me just show this off real quick. So, oh, hold on. Okay, so let me just take this stuff, share screen. So I want to show a box office comparison. So global box office for Man of Steel, global box office for Superman. 670 I'm rounding, guys. I'm not going to list the exact number because I don't have the energy to do that. So $670,000, $585,000. Don't know when this was last updated. I feel like they passed 600, but that's not the point of this photo. Average ticket price, $8.13. Average ticket price now, $16.08. Tickets sold, 82 million. Tickets sold, 36 million. But it's like 615,000 for what I thought it was, but it's not like off by as much. But still, I'd have to double check that again. But what do you think in general, though, about Man of Steel beating Superman by this much?
I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, because I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know that this new Superman was going to flop. You know, I think if they were to give us a conclusion to Zack Snyder's story and then maybe release this movie afterwards, I think it, even though I still hadn't seen it, even though it looks very uninteresting, I would have probably been more willing to at least go see it if they would have given us a conclusion to Zack Snyder's story first.
100%. Because here's the thing, you disrespected the fans. When they had Cavill announce he was back as Superman and took that away from us 2 months later and made Cavill go back on that, got the fans' hope up for nothing, that was a disrespect to your fans. So I think there's a lot of people who just didn't see it out of respect, out of just anger towards WB for disrespecting us, out of principle. That's the word I want to use. So yeah, exactly, said Havoc. Sell's the only way. So yeah,
Yep.
so there's that. But so you put that with the fact that the movie just didn't look good, yeah, because there's no hype for the DC brand. So, but yeah, if let's say James Gunn had put Zia Cheryl 2 and 3 on the slate as an Elseworld, I think a lot more people would have gone to see this movie because at least you were giving the fans what they wanted. So, like Wonder Woman 1984, I don't recall a big boycott for that movie. And again, that came out during the height of the pandemic. That's the only movie I give the pandemic excuse because it was 2020. So, but I don't think there was an active boycott for that movie because we were getting the Snyder Cut. So there was no reason to be against WB at that moment in time. And what up, Bishop?
Hey, what's up, Bishop? How are you doing, man?
So, yeah, point is, though, it didn't do well. You pissed off the fans. You made an uninteresting movie. But that's not why I'm really interested in this post. Because, again, I'm still kind of questioning this exact number here. But it's still, Man of Steel still won. Let's go over who likes it. So here's you, the Curly Ray. Here's Mama Bear and Zack Snyder. Well, I don't know though. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the Zack Snyder. Maybe this is another Zack Snyder account, although it has a blue check mark, and maybe
That
we're just on
is the
this
Zack
account.
Snyder. Yeah, we just were.
Huh. Gotta love that. Zack Snyder himself is not giving an F anymore. Or we can say fuck. I just didn't want it written, but I don't really care if
Yeah.
it's said live. But yeah, Zack Snyder does not give a fuck anymore, guys. Okay? He is showing that he knows what the fans want. He knows it, and he's not afraid. Like, no one told him to like that post, but he did. Because Zack Snyder knows what's up. Zack Snyder has always been real with us. And I guess the Curly Ray, what's your thoughts on Zack Snyder liking that post?
Well, I really don't know how you can look at that post that Zack Snyder liked and then literally think that Zack Snyder and James Gunn are friends.
Oh
I
yeah.
really don't.
Actions speak louder than words, guys. Actions speak louder than words.
Like, I actually made a post about this, about Zach liking this photo, and you got all these bots, and you're saying, "Oh, they're friends. They're friends. Oh, why? They're friends and all." I'm just like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like, but yeah, Zack Snyder. Not only to mention that he in one of his posts, he's saying he's literally going all out. I hadn't even started. I can tell he really knows what's up, and he knows that the fans deserve better than what they've been given recently.
100%. 100%. In fact, actually, he said this, what you just said, he said this on the Batman post we shared today. And I'm just getting started. So, yeah. It's just, again, Zack Snyder, he will always be real with us. That's one thing I always like about him. That's one thing I respect about him. And he shows support for what actually deserves support. And the reality is, Man of Steel did beat Superman in the box office, okay? Without adjusting for inflation, okay? How long ago was 2013?
12 years ago.
12 years ago. Oh, 12 years ago. A 12-year-old movie without inflation of the same character, I say loosely, but the same comic book character of Superman beat this movie. You can give any excuse you want, okay? But at the end of the day, the movie did not, as Zachary Levi would love to say, materialize. And Zack Snyder knows it. And again, it's a subtle jab. He's not like posting on X saying this movie sucks. He's just liking it, liking a post, a silent thing. And okay, yeah, 12 and a half years. Okay, fine, 12 and a half years. Or 13 if you want to round, since technically half you're supposed to round up. So
I feel old reading that too.
yeah, I know, I know. I've been kind of going through a tri-life crisis recently. It's yeah, I can't believe that was that long ago. Doesn't feel like that long ago. I mean, hey, the Snyder Cut came out 4 years ago, so 4.5 years ago. I'm sorry, Sin Havoc, or I can't do the exact math right now, but I'm rounding people. I'm gonna round a lot when I list numbers because I'm not reading full numbers. But yeah, so yeah, Zack Snyder not caring anymore, not caring anymore. But now let's go on to a fun topic. The Netflix house opened in Philadelphia. Netflix released a trailer, and Netflix released some aerial drone footage. So, the Curly Ray, I'll start with you. What were your thoughts?
Yo, it's really dope that Netflix has, went into creating these venues and, going more than just streaming. And I think these venues look really exciting to go to. At the one in Philadelphia, you got the One Piece one, you got Wednesday, you have Stranger Things, if I'm not mistaken. And then for the Rebel Moon stuff, they got the Rebel Moon The Descent VR experience, which I did get to go play recently, and they got that. There is a chance they may have more Rebel Moon stuff there. I think it's more than that. And what's really dope too about these venues is that it literally has a movie theater, like this big ginormous theater in there, like Tadum Theater, that looks really incredible. And I think it's a great place about, it's a great place to get together with family and Rockstar. Oh yes. I do something I actually didn't want. I'm gonna add this on a little bit to this actually, but yeah, the Netflix house looks really amazing. It looks really exciting. I'm excited to see what when the one opens up in Dallas because that's where they're gonna have the Army of the Dead attraction. I cannot wait to see when they're gonna release that, and I'm definitely gonna talk about that on the definitely gonna cover that on the channel once it drops. But so what Sin Havoc was talking about, I should have told you about it, but so recently, you know how on Netflix where you can download like games off of the app.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So recently, Netflix has collabed with Rockstar Games for mobile games, and not only that, I think they've been trying to add more to their like PC, like computer side. And my theory is that Netflix probably in the next few years is going to open up their own version of Xbox Game Pass, where if you have a Netflix subscription, you will get access to download games that are playable on PC. And I think with the new Steam console that just came out, Netflix could really take a huge advantage of that, which is something I think could actually happen when this next Xbox releases. I don't know TMNT Shredder's Revenge off of Netflix for my handheld. Yo, man, like Netflix has got some really dope games on the wrap. Like they really do. I downloaded Sonic Mania. I played a little bit of the mobile version of GTA 3. And yeah, I just wanted to bring that up real quick. I didn't want to go too off topic, but Sin Havoc did talk about it, and I think it needed to be discussed here on the stream. But yeah, the Netflix house, man. Um, I if there's one near you, if you're near one of these Netflix houses, I highly recommend you go to these places and check them out. And yeah, it looks really dope. I really love what they show in the trailer, and I hopefully I get to go over there sometime and check it out.
Absolutely. And I would love to see one of these places too, whether it be the Philadelphia one or the Dallas one. But one thing you said
And
about the PC,
they're opening up one in Las Vegas in 2027.
yeah, Las Vegas too. Yeah, that one, that Las Vegas is too expensive for me right now. So we'll stick with either Philadelphia or Dallas for me. But that is the one. Neil is the guy who wanted to play One Punch Man, but I didn't hire him. Okay, must have missed a joke somewhere in there. But anyways. But yeah, I so we're gonna hold off on the theater topics in Havoc. That's coming up soon, but I have a whole separate thing I want to bring up with the theater conversation. But in terms of just the Netflix house in general, I really like this because one thing I like that they're doing, I like that they're putting this in a mall. The Philadelphia one is like shown to be in a mall. It has its own little entrance, but then there's another one they show outside that you get in through the mall. And what I love about that is malls are dying right now. We all know that malls are dying. It's sad because of online shopping, and I don't want to get too much into this conversation right now, but I think a lot of my viewers know how nice malls used to be. It was just they were a nice place to hang out. They were a nice place to just, you could just be there. You could take a mall walk, like old people like to do, take the mall walks, and they're dying right now. And it needs stuff like this to bring hype back to the malls, to give people a reason to get out of their houses. And that is something I really like that Netflix is doing. I like that they're putting this location in a mall. So I just it's a small little thing that I really like, but it just looks. But other than that, it just looks so cool though. So many activities. They have a mini golf and like you were talking about. Yeah, but it's gotten a lot worse in recent years. And yeah, I could see that happening. Socks. Okay, back on topic, back on track. I really like the mini golf scene. Like that was like a really clever. Is that because that was where I noticed the Stranger Things. It looked like now I couldn't get a good view on this exactly, but it looked like they had what I haven't watched Stranger Things in a while. What do you call those monsters that open up their mouths?
The Demogorgons.
Demogorgons. It looks like you could actually put a hole, like put your golf ball, the hole is the Demogorgon's mouth. That's what it looked like to me. I could be wrong, but if it is, it looked really cool. And Sin Havoc, I actually do have a plan to travel to another country in 2027. Not going to say what it is yet, though. But yeah, exactly. I like what you're saying, Austin. Exactly. It, bringing it back to us. I really like that. I really like what you said, bringing culture back. And I think it's so cool. It's like the way that they're showing they kind of like little like attractions that you can pay money to see. They have parts of it that's free for everyone, and I really like that they have a restaurant, which is really cool. Like I assume we're gonna get like Netflix themed names for all the food, which is gonna be really cool. I can't
They had
wait to
some
see
Rebel Moon
that.
food there.
Oh, really? Rebel Moon? I wonder what that would taste like. But I, I really have to go there now. Oh my God. Traveling's
Yeah,
expensive though. Traveling is really expensive, unfortunately, but I will definitely check one out. Absolutely. I can't because it's like it's one thing I like when you go to theme parks like Simpsons Land at Universal. I like that I can get an actual Krusty Burger and try a Duff beer. There's just something about that that's just so cool. Like products you think of as fiction, but doing it in real life. And it's what Austin said is, or there was something Austin said. Here he said it was it here? Oh yeah, amusement park. So I will say this though. If when Netflix buys WB and has the rights to DC, they better not call it an amusement park if they want DC stuff there. Because technically Six Flags owns the rights to DC everywhere in the United States, also Mexico and Canada, except for Las Vegas. So they can do it in their Vegas house, but they can't do it outside of the Las Vegas metropolitan area unless they work out a deal with Six Flags. So they better not call it an amusement park. I don't know how that legality is constituted, but well, DM you, Sin Havoc. I'll DM you exactly. And wait, what? Netflix is buying Six Flags?
yeah.
Wait, what?
I think they own it.
No, they don't.
Oh, they don't.
No, it's a publicly traded company. So Six Flags and Cedar Fair merged, and it got completed last year. But they kept the Six Flags name as the new company because it's a more recognizable brand name.
Oh, okay.
So like technically speaking, like Knott's Berry Farm in LA was a Cedar Fair park. It's owned by Six Flags now. So Netflix is buying Six Flags. You're sure about this, Sin Havoc? Okay, okay, guys. I'm gonna try to get off that right now because I'm gonna get too off topic. But hey, if they if they do though, I mean,
Netflix.
hey, that would work it out. That would work it out. But I don't. Yeah, I mean, Sin Havoc is someone I have to take with a grain of salt. Honestly, love you, Sin Havoc, but anyways, anyways, back on topic, back on topic. But yeah, I just think it looks really cool. And what I like about it is that you really see Netflix expanding their business model, which is going to be really important in this next topic, guys. Expanding their business model, trying new things, really growing as a company. So I just think it looks really cool, though. I mean, it looks like a really fun thing to do. It's like, because it looks like, there's attractions you pay for, there are attractions that are free. And again, mini golf. I love a good mini golf course. I think I suck at regular golf. Don't try to get me to do regular golf because I'm bad at it. I'm not good at it. But mini golf, I'm absolutely great at. But
Oh man, I'm great at golf
oh
on
really?
On Wii Sports.
Oh, I'm bad at that too.
That stuff's
Netflix
fun
has
too.
really? Okay. Well, if you say so, Sin Havoc. Netflix. But yeah, I think overall though, it's a really cool thing that they're doing. It's a really cool thing that we see that they're doing, expanding their business model. Netflix is the king of streaming, and they're showing it right here by bringing their streaming properties, their original IP, to life. And that's really cool. So I can't
Yep.
wait. I don't know when I'm going to check it out. I can't wait for you to see it, especially if we see some Rebel Moon stuff, because then Rebel Moon Theory has a lot to talk about.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, I have family members who love golf. I don't. Like, I'll put it like this: if I see a golf game on, I'm more bored watching that than I am a blank screen. That's how bored I am with golf. But what am I going to learn? Oh, anyway. So, if you notice, we didn't talk too much about this yet. We didn't talk about theaters yet. Because Netflix has some great theaters. And I think this is really important. We keep hearing, oh my God, if Netflix buys WB, it's going to be the end of theaters. They're going to, no more Warner Brothers movies will be in theaters again, despite the fact that Frankenstein was just in theaters. But Netflix has theaters in the Netflix house. Netflix has theaters in the Netflix house. Here is more expansion of Netflix into theaters. I'm just saying, could you imagine the Curly Ray? People in Philadelphia and Dallas, and I'm saying Dallas because it's going to open next month. The next time Rebel Moon 3 and 4 come out, or Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, or some Stranger Things revival. Could you just imagine being able to go to the Netflix house to watch that in a theater?
Yo, that would be really, really epic. It would be really epic.
Yeah, and there's that too. But I guess what was your thought when you saw the theaters in the Netflix house?
Yo, so I really love the lightings, like on the wall, where like it has the little Netflix lines and like the lightings and everything. I really liked how that looked. And then like you have all the red seats in the back, and it looks really, really dope. And because even though I go to the Malco theater, I go to usually at some reclined seats. This one, it has the back seats as well, and it looks really dope. And I'm really loving how it's designed, and I really cannot wait to check out a movie in this theater. And I'm really hope I head over to these Netflix houses to check this out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you'll have to let us know how it goes. Your experience. But also what I like about this too, not just for the fact that it's theaters, but here's the thing. Netflix was thought of as an at-home business model, right? You get all your entertainment from home, everything's at home. But here they are helping revive malls, helping revive an in-person experience, bringing more in-person live experiences, like something you actually have to leave your home to go to. Netflix is bringing back those businesses with the Netflix house. So even without the theaters, they're giving some actual activities you have to drive to. So, oh, Netflix will definitely do physical media. But I guess the Curly Ray, what's your thoughts on this?
Yo, so this whole thing with Netflix, really want to expand more because they've been wanting to do this for quite some time now. And it's not only that. Recently, I saw K-pop Demon Hunters in a Malco theater, which mostly Netflix is partnering with AMC theaters, but they were showing K-pop Demon Hunters in a Malco theater. And I believe probably in the next few years when Netflix has more relationships with with these theaters, they're going to release more of their movies in theaters. And I'm really happy Netflix is going with this direction. I think it's really dope, and I'm excited, man. This definitely confirms that we're getting ZSL 2 and 3 in theaters 100%.
Don't say that, the Curly Ray. You'll get a lot of people going after you for saying something like that.
Oh yeah, like all the bots in the comments. Yep.
And guys, I kind of hope that Netflix does not buy Apple if Apple does in fact buy Sony and Disney, because I really do not want Warner Brothers and Disney under the same roof, even if it's Netflix's roof. No, no, no. That better not happen. I do not want Disney and Warner Brothers under one roof. That cannot happen, even if it's Netflix. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But what you said, though, the Curly Ray. Look, I don't like to care so much when bots go after us, because they're bots, right? They're people, they're being programmed by some hackers or not some computer people to troll us, whatever, or maybe some people who just don't have anything better to do with their lives. Okay? It's just whatever to me. But Sean Gunn, the brother of James Gunn, the co-CEO of Disney, the guy of DC, it's not Disney, DC, the guy who has acted in James Gunn's projects, like the right-hand man of, I don't even remember his name, in Guardians, of Chris Pratt's adoptive dad who kidnapped him. He's the right-hand man of that, and sorry, I have a bit of a cold coming down right now. But like Maxwell Lord, sure. Yondu, thank you, Yondu. Yondu's right-hand man. Maxwell Lord, the Weasel. He's going to have lots of roles in the DCU. So he is established enough right now. So for him, here we are. So I'm going to share this post with you. So this is a post by the Curly Ray. So this is around the same amount of. Okay, so Yumela, as you guys know, I'm bad at pronouncing stuff. So Frankenstein debuts with 29.1 million views in its first 3 days of Netflix. And the Curly Ray says, this guy right here, oh, right, down here. I got a point down here now. So he says, so this is around the same amount of views that Rebel Moon received during its first 3 days, but it flopped? I'm sorry, the Curly Ray, did you mention anything DC in this post?
Nope.
Did you throw shade at James Gunn in this post?
Nope.
Okay. So why is Sean Gunn saying the canceled sequel? You tell me. So to clarify, it's a Sean Gunn burner. Okay? But I got confirmation from Zodwriter, who is friends with someone in the industry, who did in fact confirm that this is in fact Sean Gunn. Because one, there's the other point we got to point out, is that there's no parody label on it. Twitter now requires parody on it. So, oh yeah, and I'll say Robert Meyer Burnett, because I think Zod said that live. So Robert Meyer Burnett, Zodwriter's friend in the industry, confirmed this is Sean Gunn. And there was no parody account listed, parody left next to the account, so this is in fact Sean Gunn. So, the canceled sequel, you tell me. So, why? why is Sean Gunn going after you for simply posting something you love of Zack Snyder's project that has nothing to do with DC?
Man, they just mad. They're just mad that, we continue being right and that we, you know, continue to tell the truth because, there's it's kind of like what I said, there's definitely this push to keep Rebel Moon off the radar. And, something else too, because they're talking about there were some other bots talking about like budgeting, like, oh, we had much budget or it didn't launch a whole new universe. Well, here's the thing Zack Snyder gave us the PG-13 versions and the director's cuts with
Mhm.
one movie budget of $165 million. Is that how much it was?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, so for for a movie to make that much views and like literally number one movie on Netflix for like 3 weeks straight around that, like, and what's kind of funny is that the people in there were praising the movie, and the only thing that I've been seeing from these bot accounts is almost the exact same thing. Well, it's a better movie. It's a better movie. I'm like, well, your opinion doesn't equal success or how well the movie did on Netflix. All right. So, like, I don't know if you're watching this, Shotgun, but you and your brother are obsessed with Zack Snyder so much. I just want to let you know that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. I love everything you said, TheCurlyRay. Everything you said. And I even replied to him because I stand up for my friends. Mr. Gunny Poo, get a life. Focus on your DC universe, assuming it continues, and let people celebrate what they love, especially when they don't even throw shade at your stuff. And I just want to show this whole conversation because it ends in a dig from me. I'm not stopping anyone from celebrating what they love. I'm just asking why it was scrapped if it was so successful. But I'm hoping Rebel Moon 3 happens with better writers attached. Yeah, sure, okay. And Rebel Moon had great writers, dude. Rebel Moon is not scrapped. You are literally spreading false news. But what do I expect from one of the Gunny Poo brothers? And here you are. Yep, Rebel Moon isn't canceled. In fact, there's more updates to the Rebel Moon bloodline soon.
Yep.
Asking for source material. Here you go. And he's like, I'm talking about the movies. Why would they cancel something that has impressive viewing numbers? You tell me, is what he says.
He just told you, bro.
And here's what I said. You tell me why your brother doesn't seem all that confident he will continue as DC co-head. And did he ever respond? Oh, nope. Because remember that interview that I showed a while ago when James Gunn said, assuming I continue, he didn't seem all that confident. And I called him out on this, and I guess Sean Gunn ran away in terror. Now, I want to clarify. I don't fault people who leave an argument if they don't have the energy to continue. But if you start it, you better damn well finish it, okay? Like, you came into a chat you had no business being in, into a thread you had no business being in, Sean Gunn. So, now, here's the funny thing, though. StreamYard is sore sometimes. Anyway, I stood up for my friend, the Curly Ray, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Make no mistake. But the funny thing is, when I did that, I guess I'm now on Sean Gunny Poo's radar. So I'm gonna show a post that I shared now. So here we go. So Zack Snyder showing more of the cast for Zia Shale 2 and 3. Netflix sells Zia Shale to Netflix, sells Snyderverse to Netflix. So didn't show the actual post because I wanted for people to go and see it themselves. But then here, Lobo will have. Here's Sean Gunn again. Lobo will probably be in a jail movie. So obviously referencing Jason Momoa being Lobo. And I said, talk to me when it actually happens, bub. So I'm sorry, but I'm really disturbed by this. Is that a guy of this caliber, an actor, the brother of the head of DC Studios, is going after the fans. That is not okay. Like, I guess the Curly Ray. What's your thought of someone doing like Sean Gunn in his position doing that?
Yo, I would really feel bad for myself if I was someone like him just going after people, an actor of the brother of the CEO of DC Studios, literally going after people like this. It's crazy. And it's ridiculous. And I just, it just seems really, really weird. It's crazy. I would really feel bad for myself, but this is crazy. Like, this is so crazy for someone that's literally an actor to literally go after fans of other people's work. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We should be allowed to post about what we love without people from other people of the other side going after us, like people who actually work in the industry, professionals. Because here's the thing, Sean Gunn, you're representing your family. You're representing DC Studios. You're representing Warner Brothers. So for you going after this, what you were saying is that Warner Brothers Discovery is okay going after their fan base. It's okay going after paying customers, potential paying customers. That is what you are saying. That is the reality of what you are saying. It is not okay. It is disgusting, and I do not respect that. And again, I don't care when I get normal bullies going after me. Okay? It happens. Social media is toxic as shit. Okay? It just disgusts me when someone like Sean Gunn is going after us just for talking about what we love. It's childish, and it's not a good look. And I know I shouldn't be Sin Havoc. I know I shouldn't be, but I still am. And yes, Socks. Kevin Feige would never do that. And you're right, James Gunn, the Gunny Poo brothers are out of control. I've said this many times. But it's getting worse right now. You don't even have to mention James Gunn, Zack Snyder, or DC, or James Gunn, Sean Gunn, or DC to get a reaction now. Like, how does he even find your post? Like, does he look at your post? Like, how do you even see that post? Did he just look at it? Did he like search your profile? Does he follow you on Twitter?
Nope, he doesn't follow me at all.
Huh, interesting. So he went out of your way to look at that, and I don't recall Sean Gunnypoo following me either. Now, granted, maybe he's on watch out for the sell hashtags for my post, but your post? Mm-mm. He is obsessed, and it's disgusting behavior that professionals are acting this way. Warner Brothers, I highly urge for you to look into this. Okay? I know the account will deny that it's Sean Gunn, okay? But you know damn well you have ways to confirm this. And I trust Zod. Here's the thing. My good friend Zod Writer, I trust him. So Zod Writer has it from a reliable source, someone he trusts that it's Sean Gunn, then I believe it. Sean Gunn, you are a disgusting human being. You are a juvenile. You are childish. That is what you are. That is the reality of the situation right here. Because here's what's happening to Curly Ray. He knows that he's going to be out of job soon. He and his brother are going to be out of job soon, and they're upset, and they're going after a likely cause of the source of them being out of job. People wanting a better product in the Snyderverse. That is the reality of the situation here. And I am unfiltered. I am unfiltered when it comes to this because I know, I believe you said Havoc. I'm just saying because people watching me be like, well, that's probably not the real Sean Gunn. No, guys, it is the real Sean Gunn. Oh, I'm sure he does. And that's just disgusting. I'm sure it is. But it's just, something, I like what Sky said about you the other day on stream when he said that you're a model citizen. When he brought you on, he and Leon talked to you and mentioned that you're a model citizen because you are. You never go out of your way to throw shade at at Gunny Poo's DC. All you ever do is talk about how much you love Zack Snyder's DC and how much you love Rebel Moon. You're probably the least negative person in our fandom. And they're going after you. He's going after you. You are the people that they should be staying away from, especially. Because oh yeah, no, I'm sure, but at least at that point they're not attached to the company anymore.
Oh, when they get out of there, it's gonna be crazy. You know, James is gonna go all nuts. I guarantee you. There's not only that, bro. Not to go too off topic, but I think when they announce, the return to Cyberverse, you're gonna get so many bots in your freaking comments. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, yeah. And bots I expect. I expect to get bots in my comments.
Just
Yeah.
like when that Superman trailer came out, because whenever I opened up TikTok and made a post saying, "Oh, we need Man of Steel 2," I was getting like comments, like over 100 comments in under like 5 minutes. It is so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny how some posts you do just get all this attention all of a sudden. Like I did one post about Pete Ross' character development in Man of Steel, and I got so much hate for that. It was weird. It was like, really? Just for this post? Yeah, I love that. Gunpocalypse. But yeah, point is Sean Gunn, or as I like to call you, Sean Gunny Poo, grow the fuck up. And yeah, I'm gonna be calling them Gunny Poos until they actually act like fucking adults, not kids. Because that's what they're being right now, is kids. They're acting like children. And I get very disgusted when people do representing their company act this way. Because here's the thing. If I was saying something like it's not like me where I don't tell people who I work for because I don't want that information out there. But like these public figures, they work for a company, and essentially, especially when they're responding to posts about like DC, they're representing DC. They're representing their company, saying something like this. Like when you have a job and you're doing something that's representing your company, you better be very careful about what you say because something like that I'm saying in the real world does not fly for us average Joes. If I was doing something like that representing my company, and I'm talking about necessarily my company specifically, but just any normal job, I would get let go. I'm sure the Curly Ray, you would get let go at your company. I'm sure that Sky would get let go at his company, or Zod at his, or anyone. If we were representing our company saying shit like that.
Yep, we would get fired.
So, I mean, again, I'm not going to say too much more because I don't know everyone's job situation and whatnot. But point is, yeah, it's this is why it irritates me. Not because necessarily that we got attacked, just the principle of how a professional representing a brand that we love is acting. He could go after some people we don't know, and I'd be triggered by this. And if Sean Gunning Poo is watching this, like, oh my god, I got this guy upset, ha ha ha. You got me upset because I'm disgusted at your behavior representing your company. If you really think that's a win, then you're even more pathetic than I thought. That's why I'm riled up right now. That is why I am riled up talking about this. Because I think it's very important to represent your company properly. And oh yeah, I'm sure that's why he's doing it. Oh, I'm sure that's exactly why he's doing it. But I'm just saying, things do not stay secret, okay? The fact that the thing is, you're not fooling me, and I know. I'm just saying, even if he tries to deny it, it will get out there that's the real Sean Gunn. It will get out there. So, and guess what? Screenshots are forever. The internet is forever, even if you delete it. So, oh yeah, I hope so. And he better go. Like, I hope Netflix looks at this and sees, oh my god, we cannot have that representing our company. Oh yeah, I know. So yeah, anything else Gonna end this with someone more calm than me. The Curly Ray. Anything else you want to say about this?
Nah, screw shotgun.
Okay. So now I'm gonna send a little reminder because we have a trending day coming up. And look, on Bad Dance Talks, I don't go after people who use Restore, okay? I say use the hashtags you want, but if you're asking me what I encourage and what I endorse, it's the sell hashtags. Sell Zia Shale to Netflix, sell Snyderverse to Netflix. And here is the thing. Restore, to me, died when they boycotted Black Adam. Because at that point, Curly Ray, at that point in time, Warner Brothers Discovery was doing everything right by us, okay? They had not wronged us yet at that time, okay? They were bringing back Henry Cavill. They got rid of Hamada and Emmerich. They were doing everything right, slowly but surely. And then Black Adam came out. They fixed the trailer for us, and people were boycotting. And I was asking, why are we boycotting? Why are we boycotting? I never understood that. It's like, and I heard answers, well, Warner Brothers still hasn't brought back Zack yet. He's working on Rebel Moon. That's not a realistic expectation right now. They did this to Ray Fisher. I'm like, new regime. Black Adam, and look, I'm going to say this. I don't think Warner Brothers should have put all their chips on Black Adam for the future of the Snyderverse. That was stupid. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that it was smart to boycott the movie. Okay? But they did. Because, as I've always said, for egos, they needed to feel good about themselves. And again, I'm not talking about actual criticism of the movie. I want to make this clear. I'm talking about just boycotting it out of some moral superiority. And because here's the thing, they were finally slowly giving us what we wanted, and we spat it in their face. That's what happened. I guess, what's your thought about this, the Curly Ray?
Yo, man, something, you know, this whole restore thing, I think this is something that is literally being used to drown out, what's actually been working ever since they pulled the rug under us. Yes, that is the hashtag that they're trying to throw down. They're using restore to throw that down. And yeah, and it's just like, you know, I, really think that even it's not only that, there's another thing going on that's trying to throw down my Rebel Moon training events. But
Yep, I
yeah,
know. Oh,
it's
I know.
it is just, you know, I think Cell has really been like it's really been it's been the most effective. A lot more effective than Restore because we've been able to we've gotten answers from Netflix and we've gotten answers from Zack Snyder himself and all of that. And this is something that all I'm going to say is I'm not even saying it's to say that you can't use wherever you want to, but the fact is Restore is being used to throw down Cell. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, dude. Everything you're saying, absolutely. Again, I'm not going to attack people for using Restore, but if I'm going to say what I think is the way to go, it's Cell. And because again, oh yeah,
Yep.
oh
Yep.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, I'm actually wearing this shirt today, especially in honor of her, if you know what I mean. But attacking shirts are raising money for charity
Oh
or
yeah.
promoting their own brand, even though all the Restore shirts literally did the exact same thing.
And I'm actually
But
still wearing my Ultra Instinct Goku t-shirt from this morning because I was on Cartoons and Serial with Skywalker the Jedi, and yeah, um, I'll be going Ultra Instinct on all the bots try to come after me. I'll be going Ultra Instinct on them. So
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm just going to say after what that person did, I will not respect that person anymore. And anyone who follows that person, be very careful because she'll screw you over too.
Yep.
I normally don't like going after people like this, but attacking my friends, I stand up for my friends. So, and but again, with Restore though, again, they held on to what another regime did, and then when Warner Brothers Discovery eventually did go back on it, we didn't have anything else to do except fire James Gunn, right? Until Sky had the sell hashtags. Gave us a whole new engagement away from WB. Which is funny though, the Curly Ray, because they boycotted Black Adam because they don't want to support WB. So shouldn't they jump on a hashtag that takes away engagement from WB?
Yeah, I mean, it's wiser to literally talk to another company that isn't WBD.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And one more history lesson before we go back to my next point is the Flash movie. Okay, and I'm going to make sure I make this part clear. A lot of these accounts claim to support Ezra Miller through all the allegations. And they wanted to boycott the Flash movie. I'm like, okay, guys, how do you think a movie with an actor who's under all these allegations that are, debunked now, just to remind people, but anyways, after all these allegations, if that movie fails, they said, oh, because Ray Fisher was going to be in the movie and then Hamada cut him. I'm like, okay, so if this movie fails, do you think it's going to be affiliated with the 10 minutes of screen time that Ray Fisher would have probably had in a movie called The Flash? Is that what people are going to affiliate with that movie failing? No, it's not. And they're like, well, I can't support a regime that's getting rid of the Snyderverse and, fired Henry Cavill. And, okay, well, first of all, why are you acting like you now care about Cavill when you literally boycotted the movie he returned in?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But also, so your big plan to screw it over to the studio for getting rid of the Snyderverse is to boycott a movie that's set in the Snyderverse. And again, I'm just saying, based on the fact that the Flash movie acknowledges ZSJL as canon. Now, when we get a continuation, whether it acknowledges the Flash movie as canon, that's another story. But as it stands right now, this Flash movie, when it was coming out, was part of the Snyderverse. If that movie fails, you're going to boycott them because you're mad at them for getting rid of the Snyderverse. So you're going to boycott a movie that's set in the Snyderverse, that's using Zack Snyder's characters. That's your big plan to stick it to WB. Does that make sense to you?
Here's something I do want to say in response to that too. If it weren't for us, like going out here and being effective and doing all these things, like I won't lie, this fan base without us is a ghost of itself, just like what Leon said.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Because here's the thing. Restore didn't really have a goal, okay? Cell did. And Restore failed because when we were finally getting what we want, we dropped the ball and boycotted the movie. Well, I didn't. I went to see it. I saw it twice in theaters. And then when the Flash movie came out, you could have at least made a case for Elseworld Snyderverse. But again, you boycotted the movie and made it harder for Ezra Miller to get work. Okay? I'm going to make sure I remind people of that because they seem to forget about that. And again, I want to make this clear. I'm not talking about having actual criticism of the Flash movie. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about wanting the movie to fail, wanting to hate the movie, editing the movie, like putting edited clips of the movie out. That's what I am talking about. Not actual criticism. I want to make that abundantly clear. If you did not like the Flash movie, I would not want people to lie about that because that sacrifices integrity. I'm talking about actual campaigning for the movie to fail. So, and I'll just say this, but then you boycott the Flash movie, even though you claim to support Ezra Miller, yet you're going to see James Gunn's Superman movie and buying merch for that.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Doesn't really make sense to me. If you're gonna have values, be consistent with them. And again, I'm on this rant because a lot of people in this crowd went after my friends, went after Skywalker, went after Leon. And here's one thing I am is I'm loyal. If you go after my friends, you have a problem with me. That plain and simple. So, and this brings me to why we stand with Cell. Because you know what? When Henry Cavill first announced that he was no longer being Superman, I was on the same boat as everyone. Fire James Gunn. Because to me, even though the trailer hadn't come out yet, but for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, Ant-Man says to Kang in that trailer, and in the actual movie, but I don't have to win. We both just have to lose. That was my thought at the time. Like, okay, we're not getting the Snyderverse, but you're going down with me. You're going down with the Snyderverse, James Gunn. That was my thought. I didn't have a plan at all. I'm sure you didn't have a plan either, the Curly Ray, before what I'm about to talk about next. But January 3rd, I think it was January 3rd, 2023, Skywalker debuted, Cell Zia Shale to Netflix, Cell Snyderverse to Netflix. Skywalker came with this important point. Warner Brothers doesn't want engagement. We're not giving them the engagement. We're going to take our conversation to Netflix, which at the time, the idea was to get a licensing agreement to for Netflix to acquire the rights to do Zia Shale 2 and 3. Get that licensing agreement from Warner Brothers. That was the idea with Cell at the time. Finish the story, take advantage of WB's debt, take advantage of the fact that they're going to do the multiverse, but at the same time, not give Warner Brothers engagement in the meantime. This was a viable plan, especially because Zia Shale was its own IP. Zack Snyder was going to just do Zia Shale 2 and 3, film them back to back. It was a viable idea. And Netflix works with Zack Snyder. They love Zack Snyder. They continue to promote Zack Snyder. And yeah, so this was, I guess, the Curly Ray. When Sky gave this idea, what was your thoughts?
Yo, so I actually, to kind of give you a backstory, this was the Cell era was actually when I first started popping the spaces, and that's when I started to first came across Sky, and but before I knew who he was, um I started hearing this thing about the Cyrus going over to Netflix, and I was like, yo, I think with Zack Snyder over there, that could actually work. And you know, ever since I started, like, to pop in the spaces and listen to Sky, and just seeing how, and even hearing that Zack Snyder would be willing to continue his universe over at another platform like Netflix, that was when I knew that I believed that this was probably what was going to be the possibility. And not only that, Cell has really been, we've been able to do more with Cell. Like, we've been able to do cartoons and serial. We've been able to go out and be very engaging with Netflix by supporting their projects, even Zack Snyder's Netflix projects like Rebel Moon, Army of the Dead, Twilight of the Gods. And yo, we've been able to do so much, and this was definitely a great idea that Skywalker came up with, and it's really now became, a future if you really think about it. Like, it just, you know, because originally the idea was just, now it's just more than an idea. It's literally a future where Netflix is literally about to buy WBD, and about to literally own DC, and literally about to bring back, Zack Snyder's DC films. And yo, this definitely has been like, it's something that's really been effective and something that's working. Even Zack Snyder's reposted them himself. And, you know, I definitely know we're on the right path with this, and there's definitely something that's trying to drown us out because they know it's working. And I'm very just want to shout out to Skywalker Jedi for this wonderful idea. And this has been working out.
100%. 100%, the Curly Ray. And I like what you said about Netflix gonna buy Warner Brothers. Whether it's Warner Brothers after the split or just all of Warner Brothers Discovery, who knows? But point is, as you said, they'll own DC. And it's funny, there's a new hashtag out that people are trying to push about selling WB to Netflix. While that's technically going to happen, and what we really want right now, remember, we don't want to give Warner Brothers engagement right now, okay? Because at
Yep.
this point in time, sorry, wrong pipe as I was trying to make a great point here. But anyways, Netflix does not own Warner Brothers right now. We don't want to give Warner Brothers the engagement in the meantime. Send Havoc sending me messages still. Okay. What up, Michael?
What's
But
up, Michael?
I saw your little Deadpool or you're not your Deadpool, your Die Hard reference, but anything else, let me know, Send Havoc. But anyways, right now, Netflix does not own Warner Brothers, okay? They do not own this company. So we don't want to give them engagement in the meantime. Sell WB, putting Warner Brothers in the hashtag gives them engagement. And honestly, I'm going to go this far. I don't want to give Warner Brothers engagement once Netflix buys them because the deal still
Yep.
has to close. Okay? Honestly, until Netflix not only buys WB, but the deal is closed, as in 100% closed. Netflix now owns WB, can do anything they want with them at this point in time. I do not want to give them engagement.
I'll say this too. Even when they buy WBD and they close it, who I'm gonna still give the engagement to? Netflix. I'll be very honest with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just saying that I don't really care about giving Warner Brothers engagement because Netflix owns them. So to me, giving Warner Brothers engagement is giving Netflix engagement. But like point is, we don't have to not say Warner Brothers. And
Yep.
let me just read this comment. The Curly Ray is a testament to the fact that our movement is genuine and has real people who believe in truth and using their time wisely. A lot of times he has restored my faith in continuing. 100%
Yo,
Austin.
thank you, Austin, man.
And I agree with Austin because you're a very important part of our movement. Because one thing you show more than anyone is that we care more about Zack Snyder than just his DC. We support his other projects like Rebel Moon. You bring Rebel Moon in the conversation. I don't get too far into Rebel Moon because this is Bat Dave's discussions. Rebel Moon has its own show, but on this channel. But oh, okay. Let me Send Havoc. Let me finish my spiel and then I'll look at that video and decide if it's one I want to show. So for people who don't know, Send Havoc sends me a lot of stuff during my stream, and then I look at it midstream. So if you see me distracted at that time, blame this guy right here. Blame Send Havoc. But anyways, you show that the positivity of our movement. You're a genuine person who doesn't get negative, who doesn't go after people, who just talks about what he loves and really highlights Rebel Moon in the conversation. You're the one who's organizing Rebel Moon trending events that people have gone after, but you're the one who brings Rebel Moon in conversation more than anyone. You have Rebel Moon theory for crying out loud. You do that. You do that. And you absolutely, I agree with Austin. You are part of the reason why, you are a big part of the reason why we continue. I mean, you've helped this movement so much, and the Cell movement owes a lot to you. I mean, so I want to thank you for that.
Hey,
Okay.
much love, Bad Dan. And shout out to the good Austin too, man. He's put a lot of work in the Phantom as well, and I can't wait to see what he's got cooking up on Monday.
Absolutely. And Sin Havoc, do you want me to show this video live? Because I'm a little weary about showing other people's content if it's not a friend of mine. Like, hold on a second.
And something else too, while you bring that up, something I want to talk about, with Rebel Moon, and it's something actually I'll talk about that later. That'll be for another day.
Okay, sorry, my StreamYard just acted really glitchy all of a sudden. Give me a second.
Yeah, or while you continue, I was kind of say it, but yeah, you know, it's really crazy how, like, I really wish that we definitely had more, people like this within our fandom, that like real, genuine people that really care, about this stuff. And that's why I've, definitely been rocking out with Cell. And, with the Cell movement, I've met a lot of people that truly care about this stuff and aren't here for like, clout or trying to gain power within the fam. Because anyone like that, I really don't consider them a fan.
100%. 100%. There's a lot of people who are just in it for clout. Whereas I feel like Sky and Leon are genuine. The people who did the Cell hashtag for people who don't know what Skywalker and Leon did.
See,
And
being effective is the way of the house husband.
yep, 100%. 100%.
Wait, were you here this morning?
No, I wasn't. I was at the Shed Aquarium this morning.
Okay.
So
I'll let you check. Yeah, check out that stream whenever you can.
absolutely. Absolutely. I will. There's so many streams I have to catch replay crew on. It's ridiculous. But I stand with Cell because this is the way that's winning. This is the way that's won. And I'm going to continue to support Cell. I will continue to support my friends. I will continue to support genuine people. That is what I will continue to do. I know some people, and look, I know there's some people who use Restore because they're not like really involved in YouTube, right? They watch some streams and they go about their day, so they don't understand like the seriousness of like Restore versus Cell. And I don't get mad at those people, right? Because I understand people have a life. I'm just saying that I do not encourage you guys to use Cell or Restore. I do not encourage you guys to use Restore. I encourage you guys to use Cell 100%. And Sin Havoc, just, I'm not going to show that clip just because, again, I'm not really comfortable showing other content creators content on my channel because I don't want that. So if you're my friend, it's a little different. But if you're not my friend, I'm not going to do that, even if it's positive. So, but I do appreciate you showing that. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, was a good night show. I was gonna know if I want to show something right now, but the thing is, I didn't get the idea to show this until just now, and then I have to go find the photo. But I guess, Curly Ray, is there anything else you want to say?
Um, Actually, I do want to talk about something because Netflix did reply to one of my comments in one of their posts recently about the Netflix house. And stuff like that really shows that Netflix definitely knows who we are. And Netflix, what they seek is passion and engagement. They seek real passion from real fans like us. Because when they see the work that we've been putting into in this community, they feed off of that passion. And it's really amazing that a company, like Netflix has, really rocked out with their fans. Like, even the Rebel Moon, like, the main, like, Netflix-owned Rebel Moon account was rocking out with the fans when Rebel Moon Bloodline came out. Like, it was really dope, and, you know, this is things like this is the reason why I continue to, why I believe that this is the way and why we continue to move forward, and we never I don't even know what a white flag is because I never wave it at all. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I just wanted to show this real quick too, because so this was when I was in LA this year. This is a photo of you got from your perspective looking at the photo, to the left of me you got Skywalker the Jedi. To the right of me you got Leon of the New Geeks, the creators of Cell Zia Shale to Netflix, Cell Snyderverse to Netflix, and then you also got my good friend Floyd, our good friend Floyd Law. Not his real name, but that's the name he goes by. And I flew out to LA and I met them. I actually met them last year too, along with the good Austin last year. But I actually met them. These are my friends who I actually met in person, mind you. That's how I know they're real. I myself met them. So just wanted to show that off real quick. But absolutely, why we stand with Cell. And that is a good point. I'm going to be wrapping this up soon, so this will definitely be another thing we talk about, though, DC Talk. Don't worry about that. We will definitely talk about that. But at the end of the day, guys, this is why we stand with Cell. 100%. And we just want to remind everyone on November 17th, 2025, that's this Monday if you're watching it live, tweet out Cell Zia Shale to Netflix, Cell Snyderverse to Netflix. But there's a twist. This time, all your posts, every single one you do, dedicate it to your favorite character from the Snyderverse, okay? Do all your posts dedicated to that character. So me, I'm gonna do Batman, obviously, because I'm Batdan. Who else would I do? So you'll see a lot of Batflick related content coming from me on Monday. But check it out. I guess anything you want to say to this, the Curly Ray?
Oh man, this is gonna be very exciting. And man, there's a bunch of characters in the Cyberverse I like. I've got two on my list. Actually three. Um I'm trying to figure out who I'm gonna be, but I'll get to choose him. Right now it's between General Zod, Ben Affleck's Batman, and Cyborg. Those are like my three right now.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I would not do Ben Affleck's Batman only because he'll get covered. Like, if you're gonna choose between people, I'm just gonna say Batfleck will get represented, but Zod and I'm sure Cyborg would be too, but Zod may not get represented as much. So I would, if I were you, since your name's not tied to anyone, I would go after someone who's gonna not get as represented.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna say right here, I'll be going as General Zod.
Great.
In
Absolutely.
fact, I got a General Zod costume, so
Oh, nice. So, guys, check it out. Make sure you're to get your tweets out, schedule them if you have to, but trend with your favorite character. You got Batman, and General Zod, and we're gonna use these hashtags right here. Sell ZSJL to Netflix. Sell Snyderverse to Netflix. I'm looking at this live because I just decided to put the hashtags as a reminder last minute, so I didn't have time to look at the spelling beforehand because I just thought of this now. But anyway, sell ZSJL to Netflix, sell Snyderverse to Netflix. These two hashtags, tag Netflix, tag Zack Snyder, heck, tag Artist Equity because they're Ben Affleck's production company. If you want to talk about the Batflick movie, like I will be, I will right out make the Batflick movie, not the hashtag, but I will definitely write it out. So make sure use these two hashtags only, tag Netflix, but do not tag Warner Brothers. So And then coming up on this channel, Crime at Christmas Time will be coming up soon. But actually, no, before I go, the Curly Ray, anything you want to talk about? Anything you have coming up that you want to promote?
Yo, so I'm working on 2 shorts for Rebel Moon Theory that may be coming out before the Rebel Moon training event that I have coming up, the which is on December 22nd, 2025. And yeah, other than those right there, so we got those 2 shorts I got cooking up, and then on the Rebel Moon Training Day, I got some things I'm gonna be bringing out to the Rebel Moon Training event. And just like with last year when we were celebrating the 1-year anniversary of Rebel Moon, we are going to use hashtag Rebel Moon and hashtag Happy Birthday Rebel Moon, because I think Happy Birthday Rebel Moon is a more effective way of celebrating the anniversary of Rebel Moon. And I just want to say I'm very excited for next month. I'm really excited for this day that's coming up. Not only am I excited for Monday, I'm also excited for next month. And it's going to be big. It's going to be really big, and I um, can't wait to celebrate with you guys on Monday and on 12/22/25.
I can't wait either. I can't wait for Monday, and I cannot wait for the Rebel Moon Trending Day. Both will be great days. And yeah, for me on this channel, you'll see a lot more promoting of the Warner Brothers sale to Netflix as we get more and more news, especially with whatever happens November 20th. So be on the lookout for that. And Sox and I have our review of Spider-Man No Way Home coming on the weekend before Thanksgiving, because that will be our introduction for Crime at Christmas Time on Fat Dan's Thoughts 2025. So be on the lookout for that, because that's coming soon too. So guys, if you like today's video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more unique takes, interesting thoughts, and great discussions such as these, and great rants as well. And on that note, any final words, the Curly Ray?
I must know I have no choice but to fight on Monday. Hashtag sells the show to Netflix. Hashtag sells Ironverse to Netflix.
Have a bat-tastic day.